This is brioche bread, ultra soft, rich and buttery, the crust perfectly golden. It's a tried and true recipe with that classic high ratio of eggs and butter to flour. Today's video, I'll guide you step by step so you will know exactly what to look for at every stage. And the best part, it's so easy. It's hand kneaded. Simple ingredients, eggs, butter, and a little time. Let's get baking. Here I'm using milk just to activate the yeast. Milk doesn't directly activate yeast, but warm milk provides a suitable environment for activating active dry yeast by providing warmth and simple sugars for the yeast to feed on. Combine the warm milk, the sugar and the yeast and let it bloom until foamy. This step starts the yeast and ensures a strong rise for your dough. Plus, it enhances the flavor, giving your bread that signature brioche richness. Give it a good mix and let it sit in a warm place for 10 to 15 minutes. While that's working, let's get our eggs and flour ready. Eggs are crucial in brioche dough for creating its richness, tender, soft and pillowy texture by adding fat and moisture while also contributing to color and flavor. In a mixing bowl, sift the flour and add half a teaspoon of salt. Always mix the salt with the flour before adding it to the yeast. Direct contact can weaken the yeast activity and we don't want that. We mix flour and salt in baking primarily to improve flavor, strengthen the dough's gluten structure and control the fermentation rate of the yeast. Now let's check the yeast. Look at that, bubbly, foamy, exactly what we want. Time to combine everything. Pour the yeast mixture and the eggs into the flour bowl. Brioche dough is an rich dough, which means it has lots of eggs. Eggs make it soft, sticky and a little bit tricky to work with. But don't worry, mix until it all comes together. Once combined, cover it and let it rest for 30 minutes to hydrate. Now let's start kneading. Here's a tip. I spray my working table with non-sticking spray. It stops the dough from sticking and makes kneading so much easier. If you don't have spray, just rub a thin layer of oil or dust your surface with a little bit of flour. At first, the dough will feel tough and sticky, but don't worry, it gets easier. If it's still too soft to handle, you can lightly dust the dough with flour and keep kneading for 5 to 7 minutes. 10 minutes of hand kneading is roughly equivalent to 2 to 4 minutes of using a stand mixer's dough hook. As the mixer provides a consistent, powerful and hands-free method that develops gluten faster, while a stand mixer saves time and physical effort, hand kneading allows you to directly feel the dough's texture to avoid over kneading. However, neither time is absolute. The goal is to achieve a smooth, elastic dough with a strong window pane. Now, add your soft butter. I always suggest you use good quality butter. Did you know that brioche has more butter as an average white loaf of bread? That's why it requires longer kneading for the gluten to fully develop. The dough will be sticky at first, but as you knead, it will turn smooth and shiny. Keep going for about 15 minutes more, depending on your strength. If you get tired, take a break, then continue. You'll know if it's ready when it is soft, elastic, and passes the window pane test. I love and generally prefer hand kneading because I like feeling the dough and it's kind of a nice meditative process. I do feel like I get a consistently better result from hand kneading because I pay better attention to what's happening with my dough. But my stand mixer is still good, and I love using my mixer at times when I want bread fairly quickly and don't want to mess around with kneading for a long time. Now, as you can see, I use the heels of my hands to push and stretch the dough, alternating hands while turning it to build a smooth elastic gluten structure. Turn the dough 90 degrees and continue the push and stretch motion. Use gentle but firm pressure. You want to build a gluten structure and not tear it. Turning and folding the dough helps it develop evenly. Kneading by hand takes time and can be a therapeutic process. Gently pull and stretch a small piece of dough. If it stretches thin enough to see light through it without breaking, the gluten is well developed and the dough is ready. Now, transfer your dough into a lightly greased bowl. It prevents sticking and makes cleanup easier. Cover the bowl and let it rest in a warm spot for about an hour or until it is double in size. If your kitchen is cold, place it in an oven with just the light on. No heat, just the light on. It creates the gentle warmth perfect for proving. If you have extra time, you can keep the dough in the fridge overnight. That slow fermentation really develops the flavor. Sometimes your dough might overproof and collapse. Don't panic. It happens, just gently reshape it, cover and proof again. Once your dough has risen beautifully, punch it down gently to release any air bubbles. I'm making 2 loaves today. So I'll divide the dough in half. Half will be divided into 6 equal pieces and the other half I will make 1 braided loaf. Roll each piece into smooth balls. This helps them bake evenly and gives a beautiful uniform rise in the pan. When it comes to shaping, you're not limited to just loaves. This dough is so versatile, you can make it into any shape you like. If you want soft, fluffy burger buns, just divide the dough into equal portions, roll them into smooth balls and flatten them slightly before proving. Try a braided brioche loaf like I did. Just divide your dough into 4 equal ropes, braid gently and stuck the ends underneath. Braiding too tightly will stop the dough from expanding evenly, so keep it a little loose. Whatever shape you choose, remember, even sizes mean even baking. And that's the secret to perfect brioche every time. Once shaping is done, prepare your baking mold, grease it well with spray or oil or with butter. Arrange the dough pieces side by side in the loaf pans, cover them and allow to rise again until it is double in size. This is your final proof in summer. This can be just 45 minutes, but in winter it might take up to 2 hours. Be patient. Don't rush the step because a well-proofed dough gives you that cloud soft texture. While the dough is rising, make your egg wash. Crack 1 egg, use the yolk only, add 2 tablespoons of milk, whisk it well before you apply it. Egg wash gives a softer, more even golden color. If you want a darker shine, use only the egg yolk. When the dough is almost ready, preheat your oven to 170 degrees. Once proving is done, brush the tops gently with the egg wash. Don't press too hard or you'll deflate them. And then into the oven for 30 minutes. Look at this. It's amazing, so good. Just look at that color. Fluffy and so soft. And the smell, fully buttery. Perfect for sandwiches, French toast, simply to enjoy on its own. So how was the recipe? Did you like it? If yes, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves buttery brioche bread. And don't forget to subscribe for more delicious bread recipes. Until then, enjoy every single bite of your brioche.